What's good YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. You have just entered the Break Room Chronicles. So breaks in only 15 minutes, but y'all over here, we break for one damn hour. Oh Lord. Okay, y'all. Welcome back to the break room. Happy Friday to each and every one of you guys. I hope you all are feeling good and doing great. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in the damn break room, y'all. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. So y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay, y'all. At this point, all I could put in the thumbnail was child. I didn't even know what to say. So I'm going to start off by saying if you guys are triggered by certain conversations, I'm just going to advise you not to listen. Okay, now if you just want to be nosy and listen anyway, proceed at your own risk. That's all I can say at this point. But welcome, y'all. Welcome everyone to the chat. Um, we're definitely going to have a conversation. So yesterday, you guys, um, you said you want another car chronicle, sis. Hello, ladies. It's like Tasha. Can we do a car chronicles of the Krishan and Blueface on No Jumper? Yeah, you know what, Kendall? Before I get into that, it's funny that you say that. Because since I saw that today, and I was just shaking my head. Y'all, let's pause for the cause for a minute. Thank you, Kendall, for bringing that to my attention. Because I saw it with some other stuff that I saw that I definitely got to jump in the car and talk about. Um, so this Krishan Rock and Blueface. If you guys are not aware, Blueface had an interview on No Jumper, and something was said, or something was getting ready. I guess Blueface didn't want to continue the conversation, so it was suggested that Krishan be removed, and she was upset. She couldn't understand. She almost looked as if she was intoxicated, and she got upset. And child, security had to drag her off the set. Sis was kicking and screaming. I mean, she was acting a plumb idiot. Okay, and y'all know for a while, what, a past year or so, y'all know Blueface and Krishan and their shenanigans have been all over the internet. And at this point, I'm kind of just tired of saying, "Oh, sis need to do better. She should want better." Blah, skippy doo dah. You know, at first, I was like, "Okay, this girl cuckoo for love," but now I'm starting to feel like it's an image for them, and they're getting paid off the image. And Krishan is liking the attention. She's liking the money. And it's so unfortunate because she's a very talented young lady. She's very, very talented. Um, and she ran track when she was in high school. And it's so unfortunate that she's associated with a guy, in my opinion, that don't give two F's about her. Blueface don't give two F's about Krishan. All right. Because a man that loves you, truly loves you, would not have you on the internet, in the middle of the street, in the damn Waffle House, would not have you out here looking bad, you know, because they are nice looking together. Blueface is not a unattractive guy. Krishan is an unattractive woman, and there's many of couples on the internet that do really well and don't showcase the behavior that Blueface and Krishan show together. Okay, yeah, she is. She definitely is a pretty girl, Lex, and The unfortunate thing for me about Krishan is, 10, 15 years from now, she's gonna look back at this and she is literally gonna shake her head, because I'm gonna tell you something. The hype of the internet, it switches, right? The people ride with a wave, then when they tired of riding with that wave, something new come along, and then they'll jump on that, right? And Krishan is going to be washed up before her time, right? She's going to be washed up. I mean, to be quite honest with you, the internet really is not too much paying attention because they're so used to the toxicity between them. It's kind of like, it's almost like, in my opinion, the internet has kind of been like, they're desensitized to the toxicity of Krishan and Blueface because it's always something with them, you know? Um, you said there's no Peter that good to go through that. No, it's not. But I don't even think it's that. I don't even think it's the sexual attraction between the two. Their toxicity is a brand now, right? And they make money off their toxicity, and I think that's what it is, right? I definitely feel like that's what it is. And 10 to 15 years from now, I'm gonna say 10 years, okay? 5 years. I even say 5 years. I won't even go 10. I'm gonna say 5 years from now, Krishan is gonna look back at all this and she is going to be like, my God, what did I do? Right? Because her and Blueface are not gonna be together forever, ever, forever, ever. Yeah, they're not gonna be together forever. They're not. There's no way, right? Blueface is not in love with Krishan. He's in love with Krishan offers him, right? He's in love with the fame and the coin that is associated with her. He don't care nothing about Krishan, because if he did, a real man wouldn't have his woman out here looking like that, regardless if it's his girlfriend, baby mama, wife, whatever. A real man would not have his woman out here looking like that under no circumstances, you know? And it's unfortunate because it sounds like Krishan didn't have, positive role models in her life. I believe her mother had some type of drug addiction, and her father is in prison. I think he's out now, but and she comes from a large family. She has a lot of siblings, and and it's I mean, even her family has a lot of toxicity in it, and we're not saying all families are perfect, because they're not. But so yeah, we definitely can talk about it. I just don't know what more to say about Krishan, and because I don't really follow them like that. Like when I see stuff on the internet, and I'll tap in. But even now, I've just gotten so used to their toxicity, I don't really tap into everything that I see on the internet, because it's always something with Krishan. It's always her looking like a fool and Blueface standing there benefiting from the coins that he gets or they receive for him, or for her looking like a fool. There was something I saw on the internet the other day where she was sitting on the toilet using the bathroom, and Blueface was videotaping that, right? Invading that girl's privacy in every way. She's literally sitting on the toilet taking a dump, and he was filming that, right? And it got to the internet, and the people was dragging her, calling her nasty because her hair, she had some long braids in her hair. Her hair was like dangling on the floor. And so people were clowning her about that, instead of clowning Blueface for even putting her on the internet in that compromised position, right? They bypassed Blueface and jumped right in on her. Okay. So yes, he definitely does. He loves when they drag her because he don't care anything about her. Krishan is a dollar sign to him. Nothing more, nothing less. He's a dollar sign. And it's unfortunate that she, I don't know. At this point, I think Krishan wants to be loved so much that she's willing to take. She also wants, fame, and she knows dealing with Blueface gives her fame, but she just, in my opinion, Krishan doesn't have the right people in her circle, because she can be a brand all by herself. She has a really good personality. She's outgoing. Like I said, she's talented. But because she's under Blueface's realm and he keeps her heavily intoxicated on, I don't know, liquor, narcotics, or whatever it is, he minimizes her efforts. I almost feel like Blueface is jealous of Krishan, because let's be real. Who's jamming to Tatiana anymore? Anybody? Somebody put a show of the hands in the chat. If you are bumping Tatiana in your stereo in your car, put a one in the chat. Child, if you when you hear the song Tatiana, you like, huh? Oh, that song. Like let's be real, y'all. And nobody's bumping Tatiana. Okay, so Blueface is definitely washed up. Krishan is very new and vibrant, and she kind of breathed life back into Blueface, you know. And that's just my opinion. Like no real, they're not going to make real good money. I mean, they have a show on the Zeus network. I mean, unless you pay for it, who going over there? You know, they're not going to get syndication, a syndicated show. They're not going to get any of that because most real reputable brands and companies don't want the toxicity that surrounds Blueface and Krishan, the face of their brand. Nobody wants that, right? They're going to do like a Zeus network, some trashy magazines or websites or stuff that making money, but they ain't making that real shmoney. And until some real people step into Krishan life and help her bring out the value that she could bring to the internet and to herself, the situation with her and Blueface is definitely going to be her life. You said, oh, that's where they got that Mamiana from. I believe so, Talisa. I believe so. I'm not really sure. Hey, the real T. So, all right, you guys, welcome to the live. Welcome back. Whack 100 tried to tell her Blueface got turned down a lot of companies. Yeah. Whack 100. Me personally. I don't trust him either. I'm not that fascinated with Whack 100 and whatever he has to say or what his thoughts are. But if he did tell her that, he told her the truth, So Vaughn, I know you were like the first in the chat that made a message. Thank you so much for being here, sis. I really do appreciate it. So it's been a couple days and now we're back. I definitely want to also talk about royalty and Nike. CJ's two baby mothers got into an altercation the other day. Long overdue because they've been threatening to go at each other for quite some time. So it finally happened the other day. So I definitely want to talk about that. And we'll probably talk about that in a live stream maybe tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned and notified for that live stream. But right now we're going to talk about my Jazzy Life. Y'all know she's a very frequent flyer over here in the break room. And so yesterday, I got some messages on Instagram of a conversation that people were having about one of Jasmine's children. Okay. So apparently, well, not apparently, but so it happened in a video on Jasmine's baby father, Philip's channel. So if you guys are not familiar, Philip has a new girlfriend. Her name is Hannah. And Hannah and Philip have a channel that they vlog on together, okay? And they show different content. They show Philip doing stuff, him and Hannah doing things together. They show Hannah going on trips. And obviously they show the kids, Philip's 4 children, on the channel as well. Now, if you guys don't know, Philip has a total of 10 kids, but he only features the 4 with my Jazzy Life, okay? So Hannah did a video where her and Amaya had some type of girls' day. And I thought that was kind of odd when I saw that because I'm like, well, I understand spending individual time with the kiddos, but why just you and Amaya? Why not a girls' trip? You, Amaya, Kaylin, and Ava. Why not all 3 of you guys? Why just Amaya? It would seem kind of odd that she just singled out Amaya, because I feel like although Amaya is the middle girl, but I think Amaya gets good attention from the family. We saw for Amaya's birthday, she definitely was showered with love and gifts on her birthday, right? So you said I think Hannah said Amaya was the only one who wanted to come. Oh, okay, well, that could be it too. So Hannah takes Amaya out and they go run a couple errands and they go to a candy store and then they did some other and then they stopped at some little restaurant and ate some food where Hannah was showing her how to use the little chopsticks. Okay. So then you see that video, you see that part of the video, and then the next thing you see is they back at the house, okay? They're back at the house, and Hannah was cooking dinner. She cooked like some smoked turkey legs and some other side items to go with the food. And then you get to the very end of the video where the kids had pop rock candy in their mouth. Okay. So at the very end of the video, probably literally the last 2 minutes of the video, Ava was the first one. So Hannah was being amazed by the crackling in their mouth of the Pop Rock candy. So if you guys are not familiar with Pop Rock candy is just like what I said. It's a rock formed type candy. It looks like little rocks, and when you put them in your mouth, as soon as they hit the saliva in your mouth, they start popping. Okay, Pop Rock candy was one of my favorites when I was a kid because I was just so amazed by the crackling of the candy. Okay. So she shows Ava, and Ava opens her mouth, and she's in the camera with the candy. And then here come Aiden, and then Aiden opened his mouth and showed the camera the popping of a candy. And then all of a sudden, Amaya runs across the room and jumps in the camera, and she does the same thing the kids did. She opened her mouth and showed the candy in her mouth, right? But the part that alarmed everybody was this here on the screen, okay? When Amaya opened her mouth, she lifted up her tongue, okay? And you see this on the bottom of her tongue. Now, when this was sent to me yesterday, at first I was like, what the hell is that? I thought it was like a lizard tongue or something. I didn't know what the hell that was. So the person that was sending me the message was like, this is on Phil's channel. This is Jasmine's daughter. Something's on her tongue. And I'm like, well, what is it? So I'm looking, and the very first thing that came to my mind was some type of sores on her tongue. That's what it looked like to me, right? And now, yes, she had candy in her mouth. But if you know anything about Pop Rocks, typically when you put Pop Rock candy in your mouth, the whole objective to the candy is as soon as it hits the saliva, it starts popping, right? And as it pops in your mouth, it starts dissolving, right? Because that's what the saliva does. It dissolves the candy to where it's no more and it doesn't pop anymore. Typically, like any other candy, any other type of candy you put in your mouth, the whole objective of the candy is to, get smaller and you can swallow it or chew it up or whatever, right? So as I was looking at the picture, and I'm like, the person was saying, well, she's supposed to have Pop Rock candy in her mouth. And I said, well, okay, but what is all that up under her tongue? Like, Pop Rock candy is not that big. Pop Rock candy is small. It's real small, right? You can take a whole handful of it and just pop it in your mouth. It's like it almost looks like sand almost. It's like big forms of sand. Kind of put you in the mind of, right? But it's bigger crystals than sand. We know sand is very small, but it's bigger, but it kind of gives you the mind of that if you poured it in your hand, right? I said, but this, I don't know what that is. So I told the person that was DMing me, I was like, I don't know. I mean, to be very honest with you, my very first thought was poor hygiene. That was my very first thought, okay? And the reason why I say poor hygiene is, unfortunately, we know about a month or two ago, Jasmine put up a video where it was Legend's birthday, and Amaya was in the back seat of the car right behind her mother, and she was digging in her nose and eating it. So that was like one of the first things that popped in my head, because I'm a mother of 4 kids, and we know kids can be nasty, okay? And so I was just like, well, obviously the little girl put stuff in her mouth, and maybe she's, I don't know, maybe dirty hands and whatever. I don't know, but that was my initial thought. Okay. I'm just thinking that something's not right. That's not normal, right? Because when you saw Aiden and Amaya's, Aiden and Ava's mouth, you didn't see anything. And to be quite honest with you, when they opened their mouth, the candy was on their tongue, on the top of their tongue. it wasn't underneath their tongue. So, when you put candy in your mouth, obviously it's going to go all over your mouth. But most likely, pop rock candy kind of collects on the top of your tongue. It may get up under your tongue because, like, again, it's kind of small, so it can. But what I saw here didn't give me pop rock candy, because why would the pop rock candy stick to your tongue like that? It's really not supposed to do that. If that was the case, it would stick to the side of your jaws. So I was just like, okay, this is kind of weird, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I saw it. I responded to the person in DMs. I said, I mean, maybe the little girl put her dirty hands in her mouth or something. I don't know, and I kind of left it like that. But then the next thing I know, Jasmine goes live. And I'm like, okay, what's she going live for? Now, let me say something else too. With all that on her, up underneath her tongue, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was at the very end of Hannah and Philip's video, at the very end. And it's not like you were like looking for something. She literally, just how you see on this camera, on this picture, she literally put her face in the camera and opened her mouth as wide as she can open, and you couldn't help but to see what was up under her tongue. You couldn't help it. Now, I'm just going to assume that it don't bother her, because based off what I'm seeing, that's not normal. That's like, feel up under your tongue right now. If you're sitting in the sounds of my voice, just feel up under your tongue. Okay? Now, don't put your nasty hands in your mouth. Make sure your hands are clean. But if you could just, you don't feel what this looks like up under your tongue, unless you got something going on in your mouth, right? So I would think that would be painful, right? Because anybody knows, anytime you get any little cut in your mouth, because that's flesh, and if any type of, salt or anything gets in your mouth, it does what? It burns. So, but she was eating candy. So whatever this is up under her tongue, I'm just going to assume it had been there for a while and it wasn't painful to her. It definitely isn't. I don't think it was pop rock candy, because look how it's uniformed. It's like it's uniformed on each side of her tongue. So that's why I was like, well, it's something, but it's not. She has candy in her mouth, but it's not going to stick to your tongue like that. Pop rock candy is not a magnet. It's not going to stick to your tongue like that. In my opinion, in my experience of eating pop rock candy, I haven't ate it in years. But when I was a kid, I don't remember it sticking to my mouth like that, right? I don't remember that. So Jasmine goes live because obviously now the internet sees that, and now the internet's like, whoa, what is that up under that baby's tongue, So everybody like, what in the world? So y'all know the internet is very nosy, honey. People started investigating and pulling up pictures and what they think it could be and couldn't be. And again, you guys, I don't know what's going on over there. All I know is what was up under her tongue is not normal, right? That's not a normal looking tongue in either a child or an adult. It wasn't normal, okay? And I've had pop rock candy and my tongue never looked like that. Now, I'm just going to assume that maybe the little girl had something going on. Someone in the chat said hand, foot, mouth disease. That could be true too. But the only thing about hand, foot, mouth disease, that's very contagious. And with her living in a home with other people, if she has it, then everybody else in the house is going to have it too. Okay. So, I don't know. Miss TLD, it's your birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, sis. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for celebrating your birthday with the break room, sis. Happy birthday to you and many, many more. It could be salivary stones. It could be, because anytime you're tonsil stones, LaQuisha says it could. Thank you for the super chat. You say it could be tonsil stones. Yeah, but I don't think they would just melt to your tongue like that. Again, you guys, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. All I know is what was up under her tongue wasn't normal. That's all I can say. I don't know. It was Candy TMR. Go on her channel. She posted a YouTube short showing video of what her tongue. You said, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I lost your comment. Oh, showing a video of what her tongue looks like now. It's clear. Right, sis. It's clear now. But obviously then, and you got to think about it, that video was probably filmed several days ago, right? So maybe last week it was something going on. And obviously this week with medicine or whatever, it's cleared up. Again, y'all, I don't know. But here's my whole thing, right? This is my thought to all of this. The biggest reason that the biggest reason why people are making assumptions is because, in my opinion, since the 4 years I've been watching Jasmine has showed what people would believe to be very neglectful behavior when it comes to her children, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. A few years ago, Jasmine, when she moved into her first apartment after she moved out of her mom's house, there was a situation where Jasmine's two oldest daughters got into an altercation in their bedroom, right? We get it. Civilly rivalry, kids, siblings, they fight. We get it, right? My kids fought, okay? But in the result of these two girls fighting, their bedroom window got busted. Now, the reason why I know that, it's not because I live next door to Jasmine. I live in Indiana. Jasmine lives in Texas. It's not because I was in the apartment at the time it happened. It's not because I was standing on Jasmine's patio when the window got busted. None of those reasons are why I know this. The reason why I know that is because Jasmine told the people in a vlog. There's another situation. There's several, but I'm just going to point out the ones that I remember. One moment. It's Miss TLD's birthday, you guys. Please put some birthday emojis in the chat for Miss TLD. So, another situation that happened was Jasmine was on a live stream. Jasmine was on a live stream. And in the midst of her being on the live stream, her daughter Amaya, at the time, I think Amaya might have been 4 or 5 years old. She was meddling in Jasmine's bathroom. And she ended up taking a razor of Jasmine's and sliced her tongue. Her oldest daughter comes running in the room to tell Jasmine what was going on. Now, again, the reason why I know that is not because I was in Jasmine's house when it happened. It's not because Jasmine has my phone number and she called me and said, TMR, guess what happened? Amaya just slashed her tongue with a razor. Those are not the reasons why I know that. The reason why I know that is because it happened while she was on a live stream. And the little girl told what was going on. Okay? Give me one moment, you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button. All right. I apologize for that brief intermission, you guys. So sorry. So that's my point. There's been other situations that we've been made aware of on Jasmine's videos. Another one in particular was a few years ago. I think it was Christmas of 2019. Jasmine came on the internet in a vlog and told us that she couldn't really provide for her kids for Christmas like she wanted to, because she had to take the money that she had aside for her kiddos for Christmas, and she had to go to the clinic and get an AB. Okay. So again, I know that not because Jasmine has my phone number and she called me and I defied her trust and I came to the internet to tell the world. That's not how I know that. The reason why I know Jasmine took her Christmas money, her kids' Christmas money, and went and got an AB is because she told us. Okay. Now, again, that those are just some of the things. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's just some of the stuff, right? This is why we know this stuff about her. Now, some would say that that could be neglectful. Your kids fighting in their bedroom. Now, again, at the time this happened, Jasmine lived in a two-bedroom apartment, all on one floor. She didn't live in a 2,500 square foot home that was a two-story house, okay? And the kids are on one end of the house and she was on the other. Jasmine lived in an apartment where everybody was on the same damn floor. What's up, Pearl? Everybody was on the same floor. And her kids was in there thumping and crumping. And not one time, I'm just going to assume that she went in there and de-escalated what was escalating, because had she went in there to de-escalate the argument, maybe separate the girls till they cooled off, more than likely the window probably wouldn't have got busted. So again, people would just think, well, sis, you being neglectful, you're not watching your kids, right? So this is why Jasmine gets what she gets on the internet, because a lot of times when Jasmine came to the internet to tell people certain things that were going on in her home that had to do with her children, Jasmine felt like she was being relatable and real and raw. And maybe you are being relatable, I mean, to all the ghetto moms, but the moms that will consider themselves maybe not ghetto, or if you are ghetto, maybe you a little ghetto, not a lot of ghetto, okay? um you're not gonna have that going on. And if you do got your kids in there busting out their bedroom windows, child, you're not coming to the internet to tell the internet that, right? Okay. However, Jasmine has, and she's done this for many, 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 many years. She's been on the internet for 10 years. She's even told us the oldest child. Again, the reason why I'm able to relate this information to you all, because it's documented on her own channel, out of her own, just a little ghetto keys, not a lot of ghetto. Okay. Few years ago, when Kaylin was maybe 3-4 years old, Jasmine came to the internet and told us that the baby had a UTI. She had her at the doctor, the clinic, or wherever she had her at. Again, your baby got a UTI, you don't tell that. See, let's talk about it, y'all. Let's really talk about it. If you watch, a lot of the women that I watch on the internet, they show their children, okay? Because Jasmine seems to think that she can't show her kids anymore. She thinks it's unfair that everybody else gets to show their children and she can't show hers. Well, here's the thing. No one's telling you that you can't show your children, baby. What the people are trying to stress to you is limit the things that you show. Now, let's be real. Amaya with the pop rock debacle incident with her tongue, Jasmine didn't feature that on her channel. It was featured on her dad's channel, right? And that's the problem, in my opinion. These kids are hyper exposed to the internet way too much. Way too much. If they ain't on Jasmine's channel, shoot, they go over there to the daddy's channel, and here they is on the dad. Those kids get no break from the daggone internet. Now, all Amaya was doing was showing her tongue with candy in her mouth, okay? When I was a kid, I remember doing that. When I had pop rock candy in my mouth, I remember running to my mama and, look, mama, look! And I had my tongue all in my mama's face. And she would say, girl, get out of my face. Okay. Then on the grandma, try to write me. That's normal. And she didn't think she was doing anything wrong. And she wasn't. She was just showing the world she had candy in her mouth. Unfortunately, there was something up under her tongue that didn't look normal. And people saw it and they was like, what the hell going on with that baby? Because again, y'all, this is a child, right? I don't know, Miss Arnita. This is a child, right? This is a baby. If that was Jasmine, if Jasmine would have lifted up her tongue and had all that going on up on her tongue, child, the internet wouldn't even care. Because they'd be like, oh, your grown ass nasty, okay? They wouldn't even care. But because it's a baby, a little bitty girl, so people are like, whoa, wait a minute, what the hell? Because guess what, y'all? We all got kids for the most part. And most of us give our kids candy. And we know what tongues should and should not look like. Hell, we all got tongues. Even if you don't have any kids, you got a damn tongue in your mouth. And you know what a tongue should and should not look like. Goodness gracious. Oh, Lord. Okay? But this is what's going on, all right? And in my opinion, in my honest opinion, I'm really starting to think now that Jasmine got so much going on in her life. Hey, fun times with the Fines. That Jasmine got so much going on. What's up, Asia? So much going on in her life. I really personally don't think she needs to be vlogging anymore. You know, for some strange reason, Jasmine seems to only talk about kids and men. And as a mother, yes, your kids are a part of your life. That's honest. Do they have white pop rocks? I think so, sis. I think it's like some type of tropical punch. But I don't know. Honey, I ain't bought pop rocks. And how old am I? 50? I think the last time I had some pop rocks in my mouth, I might have been 12. Child, I don't know what colors they got. Okay? They got white now later. They might got white pop rocks. Child, I don't know. Okay? I don't know. She never talks about anything other than those kids and a man. That's it. That's all she ever talks about. The problem is she needs to talk more about her. Being a mother does not mean that you don't no longer have a life. And if you are a mother and you feel like you don't have a life, sis, you need to stop thinking that, because you definitely do. Jasmine never talks about anything that means anything. She uses her kids as her content, and I get it, sis. But in my opinion, why not show the kids in passing by, right? Because you got to keep the internet. Like, Jasmine's not the only one. There's a lot of women on the internet who gets criticism about their children, and they figure out a way to maneuver around that, right? Jasmine hasn't done that yet. And then she also needs to knock Philip over there on the side of his big four-corner head and tell him to stop hyper exposing those kids to the internet too. Especially knowing that they get a lot of it on their mama's channel. Like, the only time those kids are not on the internet is when they at school. And that's not fair to them. So we're going to react to Jasmine's live. But I really do feel like Jasmine, I don't know, I just really feel like she's reached her plateau. Because Jasmine has to understand, sis, you got to change your content with the people. Like, the people that was following Jasmine 10 years ago, yeah, their kids are older now. They're older. Their kids are older. And Jasmine got to learn how to change with her audience. As her audience is aging and growing, she has to age and grow. And although we all are moms and we all love the kids, but I'm going to be real with you guys, I really don't watch a lot of women with kids because I don't really care about that. Like, I want to just talk mom talk, even without the children, or talk real women talk. Have conversations like that. But Jasmine, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, she doesn't know how to do that. And I personally feel like she has reached her plateau when it's come to this internet thing. Like even Chrissy and Olivia got smart and started weaning the internet off their children, right? To a certain extent. They started showing less and less. And when they do show their kids, it's only for like a short. Well, especially Chrissy, she shows the kids for like 60 seconds and then that's it, right? And maybe Jasmine can do that. Maybe you can, if you want to incorporate your children in your videos or whatever, do more shorts with them and less long form content. Because, especially now, people are accustomed to the train wreck of my Jazzy Life. Now, Jasmine can say whatever she wants to say, but the real is Jasmine has shown a lot of ghetto shit on her channel. Like, let's be real. Okay? And that's what people are accustomed to when it comes to her channel. You only show your kids in shorts. Our family, our journey says, Jazz needs to forget about content right now and get that boy out of her house and form a genuine, healthy bond with her kids before inviting any man in her home. That definitely is so true. Excuse me, you guys. That is so true. But here's the thing. I can't tell Jasmine what she should do. I can't tell her, girl, kick your ninja out. Y'all, Jasmine loves that man, regardless if we like it or love it. And all I'm going to say is prayfully, hopefully, and prayfully. There is nothing going on in that house with them children that involves anything that the law enforcement needs to be called about. That's all I can say, y'all. I'm just gonna be very, very honest. TR, after 10 plus years, you should have leveled up by now. Right, Walk? She should have, but Jasmine hasn't. Because in my opinion, she doesn't have the mentality to do so. Right? Even in this live stream that we're getting ready to talk about, Jasmine said in this live stream that she wasn't going to address this, but yet she came on the internet to address it. Right? Jasmine also said that she's worried about 10 years from now, Amaya's husband or somebody's going to see all these reaction videos where, I said, sis, the last thing you need to worry about is a reaction video. I mean, your own damn videos itself shows those kids in manners that they shouldn't be shown. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube, you guys, and people show their kids and they don't do all the gory details. Like, I'm going to give you an example. A channel, Maze Lee. They're a channel that has, which I think she just had her, eighth child. And she doesn't show all the gory details of what her kids got going on. She doesn't, the mom, she does, Elena, she doesn't focus on that. Because again, you got to understand the internet is nosy enough as it is. You don't need to add to the internet nosiness. But Jasmine, for some odd reason, yes, she said husband Bella B. That's what she said. You're right, Asia. No one has embarrassed her kids like she has. So so let's react to the video, okay? Let's react to the live. Prayfully, I don't have issues. Prayfully, we can have a peaceful live stream.
Hey Dolores. Hey Kareem. It's not really pissed. It's just kind of disappointed in people. Not some people. They don't. I don't personally know them, but I just I get it. Okay, I get it. A lot of y'all like to react and post content, and I get it. Make your money by all means necessary. But at the end of the day, whenever you're trying to tarnish a child's image, it's just beyond me. I didn't even know. So there was this accusation that's coming to the internet from certain content creators, and people like to do anything and say anything for a penny. For example, they're saying that my child Amaya, the first I saw, they said she her mouth. And then they turn around and said that my child has a yeast infection. infection in her mouth. I'm so I don't even know how to feel right now. Like who says things like that? Who says things like that? Um, Someone said stop putting the kids on the internet. So as you guys know, I didn't know what the hell.
Okay, so here's the thing. Jasmine seems to think that people are purposely trying to, excuse me, you guys, defame her children. People saw that and it was questionable to them, right? If anything, nobody was blaming her child for what was going on up under her tongue. Obviously, she's a child. She has no control over that. Jasmine should know that anything that was said was geared towards her as the mother and Philip as the father. Like that's obvious, right? That's obvious if you have good sense, right? So, um, Jasmine came on here, with a good Sunday wig on and feeling some type of way. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know. So you don't watch Philip's videos. I mean, if you watch a reaction video, sis, I think I would go over there and watch my baby daddy videos too when he got my kid on there. Because if you really want to know the truth, a lot of times you get the real story over there on Philip's channel. You get the watered down version on Jazz's channel, but you go over there and catch Philip, you get the real story over there with him.
What was going on? Okay, so apparently they decided to just take their dad to video and say that. So you know me, I'm like I'm about to go searching because what the hell? I don't know what the hell's going on. And the video was not anything like that. Hold on. So what I found, my bad, y'all. So what I found.
So let me answer Tam Reed. Tam Reed says, "Hey TMR in chat, Jasmine needs to stop exploiting her children. If she loves you two so much, do it without showing the children at all. All she's doing is pimping out her kids for dollars." Well, you know what, Tam Reed, you are right. You definitely are entitled to your opinion. I personally don't feel that she needs to exit the children altogether from her channel. I mean, because it's her channel. If she wants to feature her kids at times, she can. I just think she needs to be more selective with how she shows them, how much she shows them, expose them to the internet. Because let's be real, y'all. Jasmine herself knows she gets it on the internet. So if she, the mother, gets it, I mean, obviously it's going to trickle down to the kids. So if you get, as being the mother and the provider and the protector of these children, then that's what should want to do. She should want to protect her peace. Jasmine should know now, after 10 years on the internet, how to vlog around her kids. She know how to vlog around Chris. She would have people thinking Chris been gone for 2-3 weeks. She definitely knows how to vlog around Chris. I don't understand why she hasn't figured out to vlog around those kids. Like Jasmine also got to understand, like, sis, you're doing the internet. Like, you don't need a degree to know how to vlog your life. Like, that's simple, sis. I mean, a teenager can do that. Jasmine feels like blogging takes some type of degree. Like you need a master's degree in blogology. Like, sis, you're picking up the camera and talking to it. That's simple. Like you're not doing anything extraordinary, right? Like let's be real. You're not shooting a movie. You don't have a whole crew set on your in the middle of your living room. Okay, stop acting like, to me, in my opinion, Jasmine, stop acting like you're doing something extraordinary. Sis, you're picking up the camera and talking to it. That's it.
See, and that's so disgusting. Like that's disgusting. The video that they're talking about, my child had pop rocks in her mouth. Pop rocks. She had pop rocks and they decided to make it something disgusting. I could be that parent to be like, you know what? I want to prove everybody wrong. Amaya, come in here. Let them see your mouth. I watched the video. You can even hear the pop rocks.
So here's the thing. Jasmine said that she could be that type of parent and use Amaya to prove the internet wrong. she didn't do it in this live stream, but soon after this live, she did it in a YouTube short. So again, you sis always contradicting herself. You said in this live stream that you wasn't going to prove the internet wrong by using your daughter. And then 30 minutes later, that's exactly what you did. You used your daughter to prove to the internet that you were right and the internet was wrong. The internet, in my opinion, wasn't wrong. They seen something that was not normal up under her tongue. What that was, only the doctor, if she took her to the doctor, knows that, right? And Jasmine knows it too. But again, she doesn't have to come to the internet to tell the internet that. I mean, because that's that little girl's personal business. I'm just, like I said before, you guys, I know everybody, Jasmine said people say it was herpes and all this other stuff. Me personally, when I very first saw it, I thought bad hygiene. That's the first thing that popped in my head. When I think about these kids, I try to keep those type of thoughts out my head because God knows I don't want to think about any child being handled like that, right? I'm trying to use my words carefully because YouTube has really cracked down on the things that you say on the internet. In no means do I ever want to envision a child being misused in an inappropriate manner. I never wanted to imagine that. I'm not naive. I know it happens, right? By the hands of children's own biological fathers, right? So it does happen. But in my mind, I don't like to put that in the forefront of my mind, right? I just don't. I understand that there are people who were traumatized as a child, and when they see things with another child, it brings back their trauma. So they just automatically associate the two. And I'm not saying you're wrong for doing that, but I'm just going to say this. If Jasmine wants to keep the conversation off her kids, then you need to keep your kids off social media as much as you keep them on. And Philip too, but she definitely does as well too. She has the bigger audience.
Amaya had red pop rocks. I forgot what color the other kids had. Someone had blue, I think. But they were persistent on saying that Amaya has. They try to say something a little bit about Ava too, but persistent on saying that Amaya has herpes. Don't y'all think that my kids go get checkups on a regular? First of all, let's just clear that up. My kids get checkup on a regular. They go to their doctor's appointment all the time. Okay, they go to their dentist appointment. I even take you guys along with us when we go to stuff like that. But the thing that I feel is disgusting is why would you fix your mouth to say that about a child, knowing that someday she's gonna see that, knowing that someday she's gonna say, "Mama, why would they say this?" And she's look. Let's take it. Let's just go to.
Jasmine, don't put that on the internet. First and foremost, if you want to explain why people act the way they act, then you can explain that to her. But you can't give a valid reason for that. People saw that, they were triggered by what they saw because again, they don't normally see that and they questioned it. That's all that was. And they gave scenarios, right? Maybe it's this, maybe it's that, because obviously nobody knows exactly what it was from the internet, right? So that's what it was. And I know you probably, me personally, maybe Jasmine feel shame. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This lady, a lot of these ladies on here, and Jasmine included, have very weird behaviors, right? Very weird behaviors. Because me personally, I'm not going to come to the internet and check you about what's going on with my child. Because if you think that's what's going on with my child, that's your business. Okay? If I know the truth, that's all that matters. If the internet, because even with her saying all of this, the internet still feels the way they feel. They think you're lying, sis. They don't believe you, right? They think you're lying. So you coming on here with this Easter speech, that's all it was an Easter speech. The internet still feels the way they feel.
For the future. Put yourself in my position. And someone say this about your child. Your child grows up and get older, get married. Her husband's like, what the hell is this? Someone said that you had herpes? Or you have a what?
Yeah, but sis, all forms of herpes are not sexually transmitted, sis. There's forms of herpes that doesn't have anything to do with being sexually transmitted. Okay. Oh, poor Jasmine. You didn't know that, sis?
Or they said thrush. Why would Amaya have thrush? Amaya has
Okay, sis, I'll tell you why she could possibly. I'm not saying she does or did. The same reason a baby would have thrush. Okay, the same. If there's a buildup of yeast in her mouth, from not having good hygiene. Not saying that your child does it. Again, please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying her child does it. But there's a plethora of reason why she could have the thrush or had the thrush. Again, I don't know, but since we're not going to act like that couldn't happen, just like she said, her oldest daughter at the time when she was like 3, 4 years old had a UTI. Okay. So one would say, well, how can a 3, 4 year old have a UTI? Well, she said her child did.
Thrush, the only people that usually get thrush is babies. When they put shit in their mouth. Maya don't put shit in her mouth.
Sis, that's not true. Amaya does put shit in her mouth. She puts boogers. But you said okay, y'all. Jasmine said she didn't see that in her video when she was editing it, so maybe she's not aware that her daughter does that. Again, kids do nasty stuff, unfortunately, right? Hell, there's adults still eating their boogers. Okay, we just not gonna blame the kiddos. Okay, there's grown ass men and women still walking around here eating their damn boogers. Okay, so yeah, since kids do stuff like that. Now again, had you edited out the video, again, Jasmine said she didn't see it, y'all, but had you saw it and edited out the video, the world wouldn't have known that. Okay.
It's just, girl, yes, it was Pop Rocks. I guess I gotta come and say that. I had to go find out for myself. I'm like, what? I'm seeing someone comment on my post, and I'm like, what the fuck? No, ew. And I had to go searching and then navigate back to the fact that it was Pop Rocks. And I hate to say this, I can't sit here and tell anybody how to record and how to do things, but because at the end of the day, y'all do the same stuff to me, if that makes sense. Even though I may tiptoe around how I want to record my content because I feel like people are too invested in my kids' life and mine's, but
sis, isn't that what you want? In order to gain a following, people have to be interested. Okay, so we're not going to say invested. That's probably a weird word to use. Let's say interested. Don't you want people to be interested in your life? Therefore, they will follow you and sign up for your content. And so that's how you build a following and build a check, ma'am. Isn't that the whole goal of social media? For people to get interested in you so they can follow you? Oh, Lord.
At the end of the day, y'all still make up the most ridiculous stuff. Most ridiculous stuff. Like, why would you fix yourself to say a child, my child? I mean, you can hate me all you want. And,
Jasmine, I don't think it's necessarily hate. I mean, maybe there are people out here that hate you, but one thing I do feel is a lot of people are disgusted by you. I'll say that, okay? Not everybody. Everybody isn't disgusted by my Jazzy Life, but since there's a vast majority that is, okay? And they just feel like you've done some disgusting things on the internet that they would feel would be disgusting. Yeah, sis, that's the long and short of it. Let's continue.
I don't care. But to make a whole video, a whole hour long, whatever content y'all did, talking about my child, saying that kind of stuff, what did she do to you? Y'all can't sit here and tell me that I don't put my kids on. My kids are already out there. Look, let's get one thing clear. So y'all know that I do content for a living. My kids are already on YouTube. I can't control how other people do their channels as well.
Right, sis. So that's why this video or this live stream, in my opinion, was a mute point. Because even with you, now I'm not saying that Jasmine doesn't have a right to speak on situations. She definitely has a right. We seen when she spoke on her mama and told her mama to STFU. I would never forget that. My God, I would never tell my mama to STFU, at least not out loud. Now, I might have said mama STFU in my head, but child, I knew better to let that thought in my head roll off the tip of my damn tongue. No pun intended.
So they're already there, but it should not be like, you need to stop putting your kids on social media. No, these people need to grow up. They need to stop doing this. They need to stop trying to talk about kids. And you know what? Like, it's just.
So say not one time did I hear anybody say that nasty little girl, your daughter's name. Not one time did I hear anybody say that. Okay, now I haven't watched every video on this certain topic that people have put out. I have not. But the videos that I did take a look at, I did not hear anybody suggest that Amaya was a gross little child. I think all the heat was towards the parents of that child. That's all it ever is. It's towards the parent of the child. And Jasmine knows that, but she likes to do reverse psychology and try to flip it on the internet to make people feel sorry for her. Sis, people were having a conversation about what they saw up under your baby's tongue that looked at very odd and peculiar. Okay, that's what it was. Now, I mean, that just it is what it is. Okay, I don't even know how to explain it.
It disgusts me that I had to find out, not because I hate going and looking through freaking reactor videos. I really do, but it's disgusting. And from what I've seen, it kind of came about from one person. I want to say it was an old mod. Ugh, y'all, I'm so sick and tired of talking about that old moderator. And she just said it in a reactors chat. I don't even know this woman, and it really, really just it upsets my stomach because I don't even know this lady.
I mean, sis, let's be real. You don't know any of your moderators. I mean, you know Livy Poo, but I don't think you pretty much know any of the other ones. I mean, oh my God, let's continue.
And she wants to make it seem like she knows me. She's been around me.
Right,
I think,
Rokisha.
I heard her voice on a Reactors Live. She wrote me here and there. I mean, it was a little over the top writing, annoying type stuff that she was, and then it was about another YouTuber all the time. But for her to get on here and say that, and for them to ride with it, and then turn around and everyone wants to make content and say that, oh, her kid has herpes, whatever fuck, herpes, or her kid has a yeast
Really,
infection in her
take
mouth.
someone?
Like, how would you feel if your child got on here and saw that shit? Like,
I mean, sis, look, I don't know. Cricket, can you answer that? If you got on the internet and Cricket, you heard that your baby Cricket had something going on with him, how would you feel? Well, y'all, Cricket said, I would tell them people to STFU. That's what Cricket said. Cricket said, I would tell them people to STFU. Okay? Y'all don't know what the hell going on there. That's what Cricket would have said. And Jasmine, if I was you, that's what I would have said. I mean, at the end of the day, um, it didn't deserve an Easter speech, in my opinion. If you feel like ain't nothing going on with your daughter, like you said, it was pop rocks, air quotation point marks, then okay, sis, that's what it was. Let's continue. Lord, clam mercy.
I'm serious. Like, if your child saw someone saying stuff like that about them, how would you feel?
I mean, sis, I would feel some type of way if it was true. But if it wasn't true, I'd be like, I don't know what the hell y'all looking at, but ain't nothing wrong with my baby's mouth. Period, point blank, dot, exclamation point. Okay? That's how I would have felt. But, I mean, Jasmine is a whole different breed. I'm just going to be real, y'all. Jasmine is a whole different breed. Like, this lady literally acts like she's filming movies over here. Since you are uploading videos to the internet. That's it, Jasmine. That's it. Jasmine, in my opinion, feel like she got some special exclusive content going on over here. And since that's not it, you know. Um, we can only say until we're blue in the face, Jasmine, you need to keep your kids off of social media. I mean, ultimately, it's her decision. She's going to deal with the consequences of showing them or not show, however she wants to word it. But in my mind, I wish Jasmine would feature more herself, less of her children. I'm not saying don't show your kiddos at all, but feature more conversations and things that my Jazz, like y'all think about it. Think about the people who watch my Jazzy Life, right? Y'all, what is it about my Jazzy Life? Like, what does she like? Does anybody even know my Jazzy Life's favorite color? What's her favorite color? Like, other than basketball, and obviously that was an interest for her when she was younger, but as a grown woman with 5 kids, sis, what's your interest? Does anybody know Jasmine's favorite, I don't know, perfume? Just like, since we don't know anything about you as a blogger, right? Nothing. We know all about the kiddos. Okay, Legend needed a helmet. And Aiden even had speech therapy. Amaya situation. I mean, girl, we know all about the kiddos. We don't know nothing about the channel, the woman that the channel is named after. She talks nothing of herself. She's always exploiting something with those children. Legend in that helmet situation last year, baby, was a whole debacle. You don't want people to focus on your kids, but you did a whole series about Legend's helmet. Keisha Anderson, also known as Keisha Kaylee, her youngest child, I don't know her name, it starts with a J. Her youngest child needed a helmet in her first year of life, right? Keisha showed us her going to taking the little girl to the doctor. When the doctor walked in, Keisha cut that camera off. When she cut that camera back on, they was in the car on the way back to the house. I think I seen that little girl in her helmet maybe one time. Keisha spoke nothing more of that helmet. You know why? Because she didn't want people focusing on that helmet. She didn't want her daughter to be the conversation piece of reaction videos and why this child needs a helmet, right? She chose not to really vlog all of that because again, there are certain things that just needs to be private. Now, him needing a helmet, obviously, if he's in videos, you will see him with the helmet on. But Jasmine literally went to the doctors when he first got the helmet and filmed the doctor talking about why he needs the helmet and how long he would need it. All of that is that baby's personal, private information. And Jazz is not the only one. There's plenty of other people on the internet that does that same goofy-ish, right? And I just think it's goofy. I don't feel like people need to know everything. And that's what's wrong with reality TV. Reality, people that do social media reality, they think the reality is to put all your business out there because the more you expose, the more people will be exposed to you. But then when you plop all that information in the courtroom of public opinion, and now everybody coming at you every which way with their public opinion, now you feeling some type of way. Well, use better discernment and figure out what you will and won't share with the internet. The internet does not need to have an opinion about everything that goes on. Now, I'm not saying Jasmine blogs every single solitary thing, but if you, as long as Jasmine's been on here, shit, you might as well know what she blogs everything because she's been on here so long. All you got to do is put the pieces of the puzzle together and you can figure it out yourself. Right, Tina?
Who the mod? Papu's name. I mean, y'all probably are. I already dropped her name a long time ago. She's not a YouTuber. She's a she's a fan of another YouTuber. Let's just say that. And it's not that hard to figure out who it is because she's in anybody that hates me, which is weird because I never. It was just weird. I didn't. Oh shit. I didn't know this girl. I don't know her. Everyone that hates me, she kind of jumps on the bandwagon. She in everybody's chat. No, nobody had real concern. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. No one had concern for my child. Because if you had so much concern, you wouldn't, one, make content and say something like that. Like I said,
Well, how were they supposed to express concern then, sis? Don't nobody got your phone number. And even if somebody did have your phone number, was you gonna pick up the phone call? How else was people in the chat supposed to express their concern? Was they supposed to write you a letter? I'm writing you a 4-page letter. Sis, how else was they supposed to? Since it's the internet, net. Oh my God. How else was they supposed to show concern? Was they supposed to have picket signs in your and sitting in your front yard? But how do you know people weren't concerned? It was alarming for people to see that. They were concerned. They were more alarmed than anything, but they definitely was concerned. Because what mother wouldn't be concerned seeing? Give me a moment, y'all. What mother would not be concerned watching a video and a child opens their mouth and they see this? What mother would not be concerned? Or even curious? Like, what the hell is that up under that baby's tongue? Like, I don't understand why Jasmine doesn't understand the reaction to this. Like, sis, that's not normal. Girl, if you woke up with your tongue like that, would you take your ass to the damn hospital? Baby, if I woke up with my tongue like that, oh, it's going to be somebody got to answer some questions around here. Okay? I'm going to my husband. Sir, woohoo, sir. Why does my tongue look like this? I'm going to need you to answer that question really quickly. Okay? Anybody wake up and the bottom of their tongue look like this? Who wouldn't be concerned? Somebody go on the internet and see a picture like this, especially on a child, you sitting there like, what the F is that? Why does that baby mouth look like that? Like, that's what that was. People was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Nobody went and took Amaya's mouth and stretched it wide open and said, show me your tongue. She showed it in a video. And the person who edited the video didn't have enough sense to pixelate it out. Even if it was just pop rocks, air quotation, it looks nasty. So you should have just pixelated it out, in my opinion. Let's continue.
how would you feel if I said, oh, I'm so reactor number one? How would you feel if I titled my video that I'm just so I'm genuinely concerned about your daughter or your son, because even though I know and I hear the pop rocks, I think they might have herpes in their mouth. And then turn around in the same sentence and say, I knew something was going on in their house. Y'all need to really, really take a step back from my life and focus on your life, because for you to even make a statement like that says a lot about your upbringing or your household and how your things are run, how things are ran in your house. It says a lot. And honestly, if I knew where you stayed, I'd probably call CPS. I'd probably do a wellness check, because for you to sit and make a accusation like that, it just tells me that, damn, either you went through it or there's somebody in your household that's going through it.
Right, sis. That's why people were able to say something ain't right. Maybe some of those people was like, I remember when I had that problem going on and this is how it happened. Okay? That's what people was thinking, you know? Now, me personally, when I saw it, like I said earlier in this live, I contributed to poor hygiene. Like, that's what I didn't instantly think herpes. I didn't, y'all. I didn't. I was like, well, I know the little girl eat a booger, so she obviously putting her hand in her mouth and she not washing her hands. We know kids, y'all kids will pick up anything. Like, kids, my God, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't really know, like, kids, in my opinion, they don't know warning may be dangerous. Kids have no filter, okay? So that was my initial thought. I wasn't thinking anything other than that. And that's just me, y'all, because me personally, I'm not always quick to assume that something ain't right going on. right? Because again, I don't want to think again, I'm not naive to the fact that things do go wrong with children in a home by the hands of an adult. That's not to say that it's not possible, but I just want to make sure that
Because who does that? Who says some shit like that about a kid? Like, why do my kids have to be limited to being on people, saying like they don't need to be on social media, but why do mine have to be limited to social media to
sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. My computer did that. I'm so sorry. So what I was saying, let me go back. Let me go back.
because who does that? Who says some shit like that about a kid? Accusation like that, it just tells me that damn, either you went through it or there's somebody in your household that's going through it. Because who does that? Who says some shit like that about a kid?
So what I was saying, you guys, I'm sorry my computer did something and put the live on mute. But what I was saying to you guys is Jazz was asking who would just say that? Who would just assume that something is going on with the child? Well, obviously, somebody who's experienced that before, right? Again, Jasmine has to understand she's in the courtroom of public opinion. There's a lot of people in the world that has experienced a lot of different things in their life, some negatives and obviously positive things, right? So people will have an opinion, that obviously wouldn't maybe align with Jasmine's, but that's their opinion. Like I said before, Jasmine have to understand. that she herself is the reason why people think that she is a very weird woman. In my opinion, there are videos and live streams, if you go back to her channel, videos and live streams of where Jasmine was sitting in a room, living room, wherever she was, even her bedroom, and you can hear her kids in the background in their bedrooms with the door shut, screaming hysterically for hours, minutes, 30, 40, 45 minutes at a time. Not one time did Jasmine stop what she was doing and go figure out why the kids were screaming hysterically. The only thing she would say to us was, "Oh, I got a camera right here, you guys. They're okay. They're spoiled." Now, I gave you guys an example when the video was on mute. I gave an example. I'm doing a live stream and I got a dog, right? I don't have a dog. TMR doesn't have a dog. I'm just using this as an example. If I have a dog and my dog just starts barking hysterically in the background, just going crazy, I'm going to stop the live stream and go see what's going on with my dog, right? Because not only is it aggravating to me to hear that barking, obviously it's aggravating to my audience. If for some reason I can't get my dog to stop barking, I'm going to come back to my audience and say, "Hey, you guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop the live. As you know, I have a dog here. Something's going on. I'll catch you guys in the next one." I'm not going to come back to the live stream and just keep talking as if y'all don't hear this damn dog barking. But that's what she has done. That's what Jasmine has done numerous times. Numerous times. She's done that. And people don't understand. Well, let me say this. Jasmine doesn't understand why people think she's a very strange individual. Because think about it, you guys. Say, for instance, you go to a daycare to drop your baby off. Or say for instance, you're looking for a daycare, right? You're looking for a daycare and you've been to several. And you go to one and as soon as you walk through the door of the daycare, you hear hollering babies and kids all through. Not kids, when I say hollering, I mean like crying and screaming hysterically, right? Now, again, babies and kids do cry. But if you don't see anybody going to attend to the child or children that are screaming and hollering, child, is you going to leave your child there? Hell no. You're not leaving your baby there. Because the first thing you thinking is, what the hell wrong with these people up in here and they can't calm the kiddos? Well, that's what people think. That's why people think Jasmine is a neglectful mother. Because she has, again, Jasmine is her own worst enemy. She did it to herself. For some odd reason, she don't understand that. And the funny part about it is those same vlogs and live streams that I'm demonstrating to you how her kids used to scream, she still has that stuff up on her channel.
Like, why do my kids have to be limited to being on people, saying they don't need to be on social media, but why do mine have to be limited to being on social media due to how people are? I don't care. If you don't like me, you don't have to like me. You could talk about me 24/7. You can write me talking shit. But when it comes to my kids, they want to keep their image as far as being on social media when they get older. Stop it.
What image? The kids got an image? What image do they have other than being a kid? Want to talk about they want to keep their image? Well, maybe you should take videos down of what I just described to you guys if you're concerned about their image. Or maybe when you take pictures of your kiddos, you make sure everybody looking at the camera, their uniformed pictures. Or maybe don't take pictures of your baby with snot running all down his face and he literally licking it with his mouth and then snap the photo and post it on your community tab. Like, maybe if you want to worry about their image, or maybe when your daughter was in a video that you were sitting in and she was digging in her nose, eating a booger out of her nose, maybe you should have pixelated that out. So if you're worried about their image, like, sis, you need to be more worried about their image than the people of the internet should ever worry about it. Let's continue.
Stop it. You know, I went back and forth with coming on here and saying something. I did. I went back and forth because I was like, should I say something? Should I not? Because if I say something, of course, there's going to be multiple videos. But then I'm like, if I don't say something, then who is going to say something? Who's going to defend them? Who's going to defend my child? That shit is ridiculous. It's sad, like, what this world has came to. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Nobody should be that invested to the point that you're like, okay, Jasmine has been putting out any videos. Let's just make up something now.
Well, sis, no, that's not it. It wasn't the fact that you hadn't been putting out videos, because again, the video didn't come from you. It was over there on your baby daddy's channel, sis. Your name just got incorporated in the midst of the conversation because you the damn child's mama, and you got a channel too. Oh, that's the reason why, ma'am.
That's ridiculous. I didn't even know. I had to go on a manhunt to figure this shit out. I was like, what? Who the fuck says that? My kids just came back home. And then I see this. I haven't, at that point, I'm like, damn, all we did was go live. Like, we ain't do nothing crazy. Like, where is this coming from? First, it initiated from just having it, period. Someone said she had it. Then it was, oh, it's in her mouth. And and then it kept going. Something in her mouth, something in her mouth. I said, bro, let me go looking. I navigated back over there, looked at the video. Y'all really talking about some goddamn pop rocks. And then for you to take the time out. Oh, I feel so fucking nauseous. For you to take the time out to zoom into my child's mouth. You don't think that's showing how invested you are in my life and in my kids' life?
Since nobody's invested in your life, they zoomed in because they were trying to figure out what the hell on that damn bottom of that baby's damn tongue over there. That's what, like any other time, no one's zooming in on your children's mouths. I mean, your child got in front of the camera and said, ah, and people saw the bottom of her tongue and it looked at odd, right? Like, Jasmine, stop acting like you don't know what it is, sis. It would be all the same if Jasmine saw it. Now, obviously, she probably wouldn't do a reaction video because she's not a reaction channel. But I'm pretty sure if she's seen something weird on the child, if Jasmine would have seen that on somebody else's child, she probably would have called her friend Livy Pooh over there and said, girl, go to this channel at the 5-minute 67 mark and see what that baby got on her tongue. What is that? What, that looks crazy. Why is that baby's tongue like? Jasmine, don't act like you wouldn't have did that.
Some of y'all, I'm starting to think that some of y'all got something going on in y'all's household. Like, for real. Because, come on now. Come on now. It's ridiculous. Like, they're babies and y'all are sitting here trying to make them look a certain way. They didn't do nothing to you. I hate that she has to sit here. She doesn't know, but, you know, I hate that eventually, because these dumbass bitches have their videos up saying that and titling it that. I hate that she's going to have to go back and see that.
Jasmine, I don't think 10 years from now, if you're even still on here, that your daughter is going to go look and search her name. Her name is not in the title, I don't think, of any of these videos. It's your name in the title. I don't think your daughter 10 years from now, 5 years from now, is going to go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos to find out what happened. Why was people talking about her mouth back in 2023? Journey, yes, I do remember that Jasmine said that she was going to be on YouTube 20 years from now. Oh, dang. You know, me personally, I wouldn't be saying I'm going to be on YouTube 20 years from now. I'd probably say I have a syndicated television show. You know, I would, you know, raise the stakes on myself. Okay, raise them a little higher. But, you know, we talking about my Jazzy life. So, oh well.
I hate that. Oh, this shit's making me nervous, nauseous. Like I'm
What,
sick to my
Asia?
stomach. I saw that. I told Chris, I said, babe, this shit got me sick to my stomach. Like, who the fuck says something like that about a child? Y'all say all kind of shit. Oh, she ugly, your child ugly, this, and that. But turn around and say some stuff like that. That's nasty as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to come on here and do this because I told myself I was going to do better at not coming on here, but I had to defend my child, bro. That's just.
But what have you defended your child on? You're saying that it's pop rocks. Okay, the people say different, but that's what you said. Where are you defending your? Where is your sword at? You got a sword back there. You got a sword sticking in that wig somewhere. When did you defend your child? Did you whip out the sword and do like Zorro and put a Z on the shirt? I'm saying, what? My God.
Just that's beyond me. I mean, because y'all say all kind of stuff. Kids ugly, they slow, but to say something so
Jasmine, you want the people to say your kids is ugly and slow? Girl, what in the world is going on? Oh, Jasmine, girl, the internet got you going crazy cuckoo over here. You hoping and praying that, or not you saying that you rather for the internet, you don't mind when they call your kids ugly and slow. I thought you said that you tired of the people talking about your kids. Now you okay with them? My God, Jasmine. Let's continue.
strong about a child that you don't know anything about. You don't live in a house with her. Like, let's just say, hypothetically, that there was a kid. That, I'm not even gonna put my say this that is me because people like to take my words and make it seem like it's me, whatever. But what if there was a parent that was out here that y'all were bashing 24/7 and y'all decided to use YouTube and say that her kids have herpes and her kid did have it? How do you think that child is gonna feel when they get older?
What you mean? How's the child gonna feel when they get older? How are they supposed to feel? I mean, they gonna feel like they had herpes when they was a little kid. Girl, I don't know, Jasmine. But hopefully the mama would have enough sense to tell the daddy that don't be having the baby all up in the camera because she got something going on with her mouth over there. If you even knew about it, maybe you didn't know about it. Maybe that's why you acting so shocked and bewildered because you didn't know. Well, then you said you need to get over there and jump on that daddy, them kids you got over there. Go holler at him. Hey, why you ain't tell me Maya had something going on with her tongue over there? You need to go holler at him, not the internet.
How do y'all think that child's gonna feel?
Okay,
Like,
Saucy.
I'm really sick to my stomach, y'all. I'm really sick to my stomach just thinking about that. Like, and I'm not sitting here judging any kid that may have it because I know that no one's gonna come on here and say, "Oh, my kid got it." I'm not sitting here judging y'all, but when somebody puts a label on my child that don't have something like that's disgusting as fuck. And then they put all kind of labels on my kids, but that one is just it don't sit right with me. Other ones y'all can say all y'all don't talk all y'all shit.
It don't sit right with you because you feel like it's incorporating Chris in some way. So anytime Chris image, because y'all remember she said she wants to protect Chris's image. Y'all remember the food stamp, or not the food stamp debacle, the child support debacle. Y'all remember that when she said that she wants to protect his image, and I told her, sis, don't worry about Chris' image because he was on live while you was on live scratching his balls, and child, he didn't care nothing about scratching his balls while you was on live stream. So why you care about it? So anytime something is associated with the Chris over there, Jasmine, she gets very upset. The nostrils of hers flare up, and she get to pointing that finger like she E.T. She get very upset. Okay, so anytime Chris is involved in the equation, sis don't like that. Just like when she told her mama the STFU a couple weeks back, because that has something to do with Chris. Medusa, coming on the camera talking about her baby daddy and Jasmine's baby daddy don't pay child support. Jasmine gets upset. Y'all better stop talking about Chris.
You know, I tell my kids they're gonna talk mess, but let them come to me. Mama, why do you say I got herpes in my mouth? I don't even.
Girl, well, why do you keep talking? You just said the word herpes about 10 times over there. If you trying to protect the child image, why do you keep saying the word herpes? Oh, boy.
Even know how to fucking, you know, come about and
Jasmine, hey. Stop dropping the F-bomb. You didn't get the new terms and termination from YouTube? Yeah, I don't want no cussing. Okay? So cut it out.
fix that. No, say something. I don't even know how to say anything to that. That shit's ridiculous. Jasmine doesn't need your concern. She's a mother of 5 kids. Thank you. I don't need anyone's concern. Oh, the kids need to get checked on and da 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 da. No. And stop. I'm gonna say I've seen other stuff too. Like I said, I went hunting to find this. And saying that y'all are gonna go harass their dad's girlfriend. Stop doing that. Why would y'all?
Hold up. Hold up. How you gonna tell us how to feel about Hannah? We can feel whatever way we want to feel about Hannah over there. Okay? Jasmine, you don't have. Baby, let me tell you something. I think Hannah seems like a nice girl, but she about as crazy as a Beelzebub. Okay? Over there sitting up with old Philip, the daddy of 10 damn kids and 700 baby mamas. Okay? I'm sorry. I think she crazy as a cuckoo bird. I don't give a damn what you say. And go tell Hannah I said it. I don't care. A ninja comes sashaying up to me and tell me his name, and then the next thing he said, I got 10 kids. Child, he gonna see the back of my shoes and the smoke from my feet. Okay? Because I'm gonna be running for the hills. All right? Yeah, I don't care what you're talking about. Yeah, people say Hannah dumb. You mad because you think that's gonna run Hannah away, so won't nobody be able to watch them damn kids when you want to send them over there for every holiday weekend. Because if y'all notice, anytime them kids got longer than 2 days out, honey, she got them over there with Philip. Okay, rightfully so, because he got a lot of making up to do. But anyway, okay, so Hannah don't want y'all running. Excuse me, Jasmine don't want y'all running Hannah away. Okay, because she know over there. Some kids getting good meals, cooked meals, and hair done. Even if Hannah don't know how to, that she's spending money. Hannah spending her good money on there because you know Chris ain't spending no money. So Jasmine needs somebody to spend some extra money. Hannah over there doing that. So y'all stop trying to run Hannah away, okay? Because Jasmine said, why the freak is y'all trying to run my help away? Okay? Let's continue.
I want to go harass this woman. All she do is take care of the kids, you know, live her life, post here and there. Why?
All she want to do is take care of the kids. So you saying that it's Hannah's burning desire to take care of your 4 kids? Huh? Oh my God. You said it's Hannah's burning desire. She went to college for 4 years so she could babysit for you and Philip. She said all she wants to do is take care of the kids, vlog here and there. You guys let Hannah live. Let Hannah live with Philip. So Philip won't have no excuse why he can't get my kids. Because he's going to be back to working 14 and 16 hours a day. Y'all leave Hannah alone. Because Philip needs that extra income in that household so he can work regular hours so he can get my kids more. Y'all leave Hannah alone. Oh, Jasmine, we can read between the lines, sis.
Why are y'all trying to harass that woman? All she did was enjoy time with the kids. Gave them some candy. Ooh.
Well, at least she is spending time with the kiddos and giving them candy. More we can say about old Christopher over there.
I don't understand some of y'all. My bad. I was checking that. They need their own business. You know, she doesn't know. She's not that age yet to understand what's being said because she does watch my channel. And I just found that out, you know, because I don't even know how she came across my videos. I think she said she was watching on her dad's phone. She was watching, she's like, I was watching your channel. And she said, I love watching your channel. I like supporting you. I'm just so glad she can't read. Kaylin just kind of just stirs away. She'd be like, bro,
Wait, what? You said you so glad that the baby can't read. Who? Amaya? Can't. Now, Jasmine, I'm just going to venture to say that you maybe said that out of context. Maybe you meant to say that you're so glad that she can't read big words. Is that what you? Because since I don't want to believe with the baby about first grade. Yeah, I think she about first grade. I don't want to believe at first grade that baby can't read. I don't want to believe that, sis. Are you meaning? Did you mean to say you so happy that she don't know how to read big words? But everybody's not leaving big words. So when you say that you so happy that she can't read, sis, why are you happy that the baby can't read? I mean, at this point, I don't even know why they're watching your channel, but that's okay. That's between y'all. Jasmine, why the baby can't read? See, there you go again, telling her business. The world didn't need to know that your baby struggling with reading, sis. Do you got her in tutoring? Let's talk about that, Jasmine. Do you got her in tutoring? Are you getting, some extra help for her? Because at first grade, that baby definitely should be reading. Yeah, I'm not saying that she needs to be reading like 700 page paper, 700 pages in a book, but she definitely should be able to read Dr. Seuss type books. One fish, two fish, red fish, blowfish, blue fish, whatever. Ta-da. Like she definitely should be at the Dr. Seuss level in first grade. Jasmine, baby, we're gonna talk to you later, okay? Okay, bye, Jazz, bye, girl, bye. Oh boy. Okay, y'all. She said the baby can't read. I said, my God. Okay, girl. But Jasmine, it's a whole lot going. See, this is why I say, since you don't need to be on the internet, you got too much going on over there with your kiddos. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he do need some new slip on non-slip work shoes. You right, our family. Oh Lord. She can get her a tutor with that tax money. Sunrose, she not gonna do that. She gonna buy some new silverware or something. First grade teacher here, and she definitely should be reading. Yeah, DB, she definitely should be reading. I don't care, even if it's a Dr. Seuss type book. The real, the first stage one. She definitely should be reading that. Girl, I know you not up here talking about you so glad that your baby can't read. My God, Jasmine. And see, this is why people have the opinion that they have about her because of comments like that. I understood what she was trying to say, but it's the fact that you just exposed that your baby can't read and she's in the first grade. Like, sis, that's an issue. You and the father of that child definitely need to get that taken care of instead of worrying about her playing basketball. Get that baby the skills that she needs so she could be successful in school. Okay, that's very important. Oh my Lord. Mama and Jazz Deuce wrote these harassing letters to themselves. I'm convinced. Yeah, I'm telling you. She will make a live saying Amaya can't read. Mother's Journey. She's going to say that we took her words out of context. Sis, that's what you said. You said you're so glad that the baby can't read. I mean, how else was you supposed to? I mean, we can only say what you said. We can only react to that. They have spelling words in first grade. Yeah, they do. Live, laugh, and love, and take spelling tests. They sure do. Virgo Diva said, Jazz, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Let's start there. Right, Virgo Diva? That's simple. As slow as she wants to be, threw herself and her child under the bus trying to make a point. Right, JC? Poor thing. Poor thing. That's what I'm saying. At this point, Jasmine just need to hang it up, girl. It's not looking good over there for you, ma'am. Oh, my goodness. Spelling tests and reading assessments. Well, maybe DB, that's why they know that she cannot because they did an. I don't even want to talk about it because at this point, poor thing, I don't, I don't. I'm like Jazzy now. 5 years from now, I don't want Amaya find TMR's video where TMR said at the end of her video that her mama said that she can't read. Sight words, simple sentence books, not chapter books, right, Megan? Yeah, yeah, they start with the sight words in first grade. They sure do. My baby's in K and she has sight and word tests every week. Love it, Shanika. I don't know what's going on over there, but Jasmine said this was a proud moment for her. Okay. She said, right, Slim. She said she can't, she's so happy that her baby don't know how to read. I said, my God. Shoots herself in the foot every damn time, the real T. Jazz is the type of parent that drives me insane. They leave everything up to the teacher. Exactly. Well, you see how she did when she was putting little Aiden in school. Now she knew Aiden had a problem with concentration. She learned that from the couple weeks he was in daycare. Girl, Jasmine sent that baby right on to school. No medication, no strategy, no nothing. Okay, nothing. Okay. Then once he got in that school that first week, them people said that school tell you, you got to do something because we got more kids to learn teach up in here, but your child. Okay. So you just know she the type she just drop them off at school and talk about that's y'all job, okay? Ain't y'all the schoolhouse? And she just burns the tire and get on back home so she can get back and lay down in the bed. No teacher conference. Well, she said she went to teacher conference and live, laugh, and love, but again, that's what she said. We don't know if that's true, okay? I thought mine was buying books from the book fair. But y'all, I mean, since you can buy the book, that don't mean you necessarily reading it. Yeah, I used to love to go to the book fair and girl, half them books I didn't even read. I just wanted to have an excuse to get out the class and show my friends I had a couple dollars in my damn pocket. That was it. All right, y'all. That's my time. Okay, I'm out of here. We almost at 2 hours, child. She rescheduled them. Yeah, Virgo Diva. Isn't that a shame? Reschedule for what? What you got going on over there? Not a doggone thing. Jasmine been windmilling with the internet. Her mama. Hold on, Janae. You said her mama, her BDs, other BMs, etc. Every time she speaks, she makes it worse. Just hush, Jasmine. Just hush. The internet been tearing her ass up. Right, Janae? At this point, just be quiet, sis. It ain't even worth it at this point. Like, if you are very adamant that your child doesn't have anything in her mouth going on other than some pop rocks, that's what it is. I mean, you're her mother, okay? You don't have to really prove or explain anything to the internet, because at this point, the people still gonna think what they want to think, and they think that based off of Jasmine's past history, right? With her kiddos. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out the door. Clock out of the break room, and I'll definitely see y'all in the next one. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.